Yo, this is the Tunnel Plays Pokemon Omega Ruby! Haha! What a decisive victory we had at the Dewford Gym! That weren't much better than I expected. We beat Brawly, getting the second badge rather quickly, exploiting his weakness to psychic attacks and special attacks in general because most fighting types have some defense, generally very low special defense. So Brawl has been beaten, and now Watson is the third gym leader. Where is he? How do we get to him? Well, we will get to that soon. But first, we need to find Steven, the man we were even supposed to meet here on Dewford. He was not here, but they suggest he might be in a place called the Granite Cave, west of town. This is Route 106. This is basically a small little route that is on the beaches north of Dewford. This is an island, so we don't really have a lot of space to go. So Ralph's level 11 managed to outlast the whole rest of the team. Even our newcomers, Mudkip and Trico, didn't really get too much. C-Dot and Talo, they weren't really used much either. But they'll be really good next gym, hopefully. Do you have any trainers we can fight here, maybe? Oh, we have a guy here. I was born in a village far from the sea, so I always dreamed of coming to Hoenn. Yeah, Hoenn is a very seafarer place, I guess you could say. Backpacker Graham. He has Slackoth. Normal type Slackoth. The slacky Pokemon. You might also see here that it's a bit different now in the environment here. It's a bit late evening, because I'm recording this in the evening. And this game also has evening and daytime, which is new in this game. It was not like this in Generation 3, but it has adapted to the other generations, so it looks a bit cool in the evening as well. Let's do Confusion. They didn't do much. Does confuse Slackoth though, which is really bad for Slackoth because he's already limited to only one turn every 2 turns, so if you only can do one move every 2 turns, that means it's going to be worse for him. Oh, this is bad. We're copying the ability Tront, and now we can only use him over second turn as well. That's not really good. Encore is a basic move that basically forces the opponent to use the same move over and over again. Now we see we get Tront, which is really bad, so it's not really good to use the routes against Slackoth, even though both Pokemon will be slacking every second round. Slackoth uses Scratch, one does some damage. Damage is pretty okay, but only being able to hit every 2 turns is kind of bad. Obviously both are loafing around, slacking, but we still might take care of Slackoth after a few turns. I think we need to get routes out though, but I think this was the only Pokemon this guy had, so it's fine. Trico is level 11, same with Mudkip. Let's see, that is 14! You grew up with the raging seas, didn't you? Well, we are in the Hoenn region. Oh! C-Dot! He's evolving. He also has a 2-stage evolution, but his second stage is not triggered by leveling up. It's a different way. A way we might have to be a bit careful with, because if we level him up again, he will not learn new moves. Here is Nuzleaf! Cool. Nuzleaf looks pretty cool. A bit of a ninja thing with the mask. And pretty hefty legs as well. I also learned Race Leaf, which is a very powerful attack. And look at the typing on Nuzleaf as well. Nuzleaf is dual type, grass, and dark. Don't really need hardened frames, so let's just get rid of it. Race Leaf is amazingly good though. So grass dark is a nice typing, which is not really often you see in games like this, so it's certainly a Pokemon we can have for now, even though we already have a grass type, so we might have to switch him out for someone else. Speaking of which though, here we are at the Granite Cave. So we should be able to find our dear friend Steven in here, hopefully. There's a lot of rock types and some ground types as well in here, so if you want to level up here, you can do that. There's a hiker as well here. Hey you! It gets awfully dark ahead. It'll be tough trying to explore. Well, for us hikers, helping out those that we meet is our motto. Here you go. I'll pass this on to you. And we get TM70 Flash. Teach our TM Flash to a Pokemon and use it. He lights up even the inky darkness of caves. Yeah, so Flash was an HM in the beginning of Pokemon. In the first generations at least. I think it was generation 1 and 2. Now it's a TM. TM70. Which will, because it says it lights up even places that are dark. So you might use some Pokemon like routes, for example. In combat, it will reduce accuracy by 1. So it's basically like a sand attack. So it could be very useful as a little bit of a support move. Especially in double teams. Teleport can be nice. In case you're out and wondering, you need to go back to Pokemon Center. But later on when you get Fly, it will be much better to have. But for now, I guess it's good to use. Double Team is a very nice defensive move because it increases your evasion. Flash is basically the same here, except that Double Team is for you, Flash is for the opponent. I think I'm just gonna go for Flash instead. It's basically the same. Both affect the hit chance of the opponent to you. Rock Tomb, Bulk Up, and Flash. Rock Tomb is pretty nice. It's 60 power, it's a rock physical move, and is great against flying types. Also good against other types too. So you want to give this to Pokemon that is a very physical attack. For example, Combuskin. Let's see how Combuskin can learn. Double Kick, Peck, Ember, and Cut. Not the greatest moves you can replace here. I mean, Double Kick we need because of fighting type, same with Ember. I guess maybe Peck then. So they have a flying type in Tailo, so I think Rock Tomb is better. Besides, most Pokemon that are weak to fire are also weak to flying, so I really think we need both the flying and fire moves on a Pokemon like Combuskin. There we go. Learn some TM moves. Let's go forward, get into this cave, see if we can find Steven here. And this must be him. What's this? Some painting on the wall. That's him, I guess. Looks to be some documentation of past history, maybe? So in the ancient world, the primal forms once held this much power. The super ancient Pokemon. What terrible strength. But its appearance here, it seems somehow different from Mega Evolution. It seems my questions will not be answered today. You are... Ah, I see. It's a pleasure, Zitano. My apologies. My name is Steven. I'm interested in rare stones, so I traveled here and there. Today my journey brought me here, but what about you? Oh, a letter from me? You gave the letter to him. Why, thank you. It must have been some trouble to track me down. I suppose I must repay you in some way. Let me see. I'll give you this TM. Please accept it. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. Nice. Steel Wing is a great move. It's a steel physical move. And we don't really have a lot of steel moves to use and learn on Pokemon this early. So it can be very useful. And we have a flying type that can learn it too, so this will be something we will be using. If you don't mind me asking, do you feel anything in particular when you look up at this wall? A primal world lost thousands of years in the past. A legendary Pokemon of tremendous power became humanity's greatest threat. The terror aroused by that power is clear to see in this ancient artwork. Yes, but not all power is terrible. Your Pokemon are clearly quite capable as well. Looking at you all together, I think that you have what in you it takes to become a Pokemon League champion. As long as you keep training, that is. Good luck to you. I must be going now. Okay, that's it. Let's take a look at the wall though. It's a cave painting that decided a giant Pokemon-like creature wreaking havoc. There's a symbol representing the character, something on each of the beast's two arms. Now this symbol is either this like a circle that has this thing on the bottom, or it's basically what looks like an A with a bit different type of A. So basically this is the Omega symbol, the other one is the Alpha symbol. So the painting on the wall depends on which version you play. If you play Pokemon Omega Ruby, this is what you'll get. If you play Alpha Sapphire, you will have a bit of a different type of look. So basically this is deciphering Groudon, and if you play Alpha Sapphire, it'll be a picture on the wall which shows Kyogre, which is the main Pokemon for Pokemon Sapphire and Alpha Sapphire. There's Pokemon inside here as well, including Makuhita. So if you want to get a wild Makuhita you didn't trade in Rustboro, this is where you can find one. This one has Thick Fat, which is one of the best abilities in the game in my opinion. Thick Fat basically reduces the damage taken from fire and ice attacks by half. So that means Makuhita doesn't need to worry too much about a fire and ice Pokemon dealing damage to him, because their damage will be reduced by half onto Makuhita. And Makuhita is a Pokemon known for having very high HP. Not the greatest of defenses aside from that though, so it's a pretty good Pokemon, but you need to sort of make sure you don't get too slow or being hit too hard on special attacks, because that's going to take care of Makuhita. You saw what happened to Brawly, for example. That's basically me using special attacks to take care of Makuhita. Oh well, at least I met with Steven, we gave him the letter. What now? Let's go back to town and see what we can and should do. We also want to go to the Pokemon Center and heal as well. That probably will be a good idea, because you fought some trainers, you fought some Pokemon. Besides, it's always nice to have your Pokemon ready and healed in case you want to know what you want to do next. I think we should go back to the pier at the Dewford Town and speak to Mr. Briney and see what he has to say. Let's see if you can find him. There he is. Oh, looks like though you have delivered your chit good and proper. Ah, but that reminds me. I have a message from President Stone saying he's another favor to ask. It's about them Devon parts that you recovered from him before. Seem as though they should go to some fellow called Stern at Slateport Shipyard. This old sea dog will see you there safely. Weigh anchors, we're for Slateport! Sure, Route 109 near Slateport. Slateport City it is, anchors away! Pico, we're setting sail, my darling! So Slateport is basically another sea town, which is basically east of Dewford. It's back to the mainland again, but instead of being on the west coast, we're now on the southern coast of the Hoenn region. And this is the largest part of the Hoenn region as well. Ahoy! We made land in Slateport. I suppose you're off to visit Captain Stern and deliver those Devon parts? Yep, we are indeed. So here we are on the Slateport beach. This is also Route 109. This is a place that contains a lot of trainers as well, so this could be a nice little way for us to get some training going before we go to the next gym. So the next gym is not in Slateport, it's on the city after that, but this is also a nice place to get some training. A lot of Pokemon here are fighting types and water types, so you could probably use some training here for sure. Other anchors in ports around the world, but Slateport's the best. Okay then. Well, let's see what you have to offer us then. Here's Sailor Huey with Machop. Machop it is. Machop, he's a fighting type Pokemon, and Growlithe is a psychic type Pokemon. Plus, is also a fairy type, so Facing off against the Mudshop is great for Ralts, having a 4-time resistance to fighting moves. Plus both the Psychic and Fairy types do super effective damage to fighting. Now see, their Seismic Toss did a lot of damage. That's because Seismic Toss is a move that deals damage equal to the level of the opponent Pokemon. So, or to using Pokemon. So March level 15 will deal 15 damage to us. That means Ralph will not get KO'd because it will deal 15 damage. It's a very nice move to use if you're very leveled, but it's best using against Pokemon with low HP. Pokemon with high HP will still take the same amount of damage though, so it doesn't care for defense or HP or anything else. So that's a bit of a bummer. Let's get in Tailo then. Our little bird type was also good against fighting, but Tailo doesn't have resistance to fighting because it's also normal type. A normal type is weak to fighting. Wing attack, much better move than Peck. That'll take down the Mudshop till I get some XP and enough to go to level 14. Great for Tailo. Trico is level 12 and Mudkip level 12 as well. That was their Foresight, which we don't really need. You're the best! Ah, thank you very much. That's nice of you to say. Too bad that Ralts got KO'd up, but don't worry, we'll probably try to get him up. I think I actually want to get some more power on Trico. Because there's some people here that also uses water types, and Trico's a grass type, and Trico likes to fight water types, which he's both strong against and very resistant against as well. I'm thirsty. I can go for a soda pop at the seashore house. But now you want to fight instead? Okay then. Tuber Ricky. He has one Pokemon, Zigzagoon. Yeah, not all of them have water or fighting types. They also have some normal types. Find a little beach battle between Trico and Zigzagoon, we can do. How about we do a little pound? That was pretty bad. Sand attack from Zigzagoon, which will reduce our accuracy, meaning that our chance to hit will be reduced. There we go, we missed. Sand attack again, which means accuracy goes down even more. It's gonna be harder for us to deal damage now to Zigzagoon. Absorb, it's gonna miss as well. Here comes Surf! How does he know Surf? That's pretty weird. Anyway, this won't really do well. I think we need to switch our Pokemon out. If he uses Surf on us, I think we might want to go for something else. Let's go for Nuzleaf instead then. So I didn't do much damage against Trico because Trico, as a grass type, is resistant. Baby Doll Eyes. When you Fairy move, reduce attack power. Not that what we want, but that's fine. Razor Leaf. Powerful grass attack. And there's a high chance of critical hit that just to be sold right there. Surf again from Zigzagoon. Doesn't do much damage against Nuzleaf because grass types are resistant to water moves. Just to beat up then. And move that does more damage and more Pokemon in the team. Trico's level 13. Must learn Mega Drain. Oh, that's a great move. Mega Drain is basically an improved version of Absorb. It basically increases power from 20 to 40. So it's basically Absorb with double damage. And double healing as well. So it's a great move. And that's how we win against Tuber Ricky. Aww. Don't be growling at me. That's something that's nice. Does the peach and red look like a giant flower? I would rather say mushroom, but okay, flower it is. Tuber Lola is next. She has Azurill! Ooh! So Azurill is the baby Pokemon of Marill, basically pre-evolution. Now Marill was introduced in Generation 2 alongside its evolution Azumarill, but the baby evolution of Marill, called Azurill, came in Generation 3. That's right, Marill was only one evolutional stage, but from Generation 3 and onwards, it was basically now a double evolution stage, starting with Azurill into Marill, and Marill into Azumarill. Use Water Sport, which basically reduces damage of fire types, which is kind of weird because water types are generally rather resistant to water types anyway. Resistant to fire types anyway. But I guess Water Sport can be very useful in double battle. If you have let's say you have a grass type with you, and you can use Water Sport to reduce the fire damage taken for the grass type, I guess. That was a pretty easy battle. See, Mega Drain does so much more damage. Nice and quick battle. Not much more to say about that. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Next episode, we're gonna head off to the city of Slateport, deliver those Devon parts, and then we will take from there, because north of there will be another route, and then from there we're gonna reach a city where Watson, the third gym leader, waits for us. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. That's great for now. See you guys next time. It's my journey in Pokemon Omega Ruby.